Hey, so this week in Rome, we read a little bit from Man for Himself. One topic that was in the book that really resonated with me was they talked about selfishness and self-love and kind of the difference in how we see it in our culture and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to read a little bit from, it's on page 119, the chapter called Selfishness, Self-Love, and Self-Interest. Modern culture is pervaded by a taboo on selfishness. We are taught that to be selfish is sinful and that to love others is virtuous. To be sure, this doctrine is in flagrant contradiction to the practice of modern society, which holds the doctrine that the most powerful and legitimate drive in man is selfishness, and that by following this imperative drive, the individual makes his best contribution to the common good. But the doctrine which declares selfishness to be the arch-evil and love for others to be the greatest virtue is still powerful. Selfishness is used here almost synonymously with self-love. The alternative is to love others, which is a virtue, or to love oneself, which is a sin. So basically, living in the American culture, we're surrounded by tons of different ideologies, especially on this topic, and we never really talk about it. Going to a school like MVS, we're constantly, challenged. We challenge ourselves to do better. We don't challenge the group. It's kind of like, we're shooting to get into good colleges. We aren't shooting to get into good colleges as a group. So we kind of care about ourselves. And, I've seen people step on each other to get to the places they want to go and that kind of stuff. That's pure selfishness. But is it self-love if everybody's kind of man for himself, like the book is called? But on the other hand, I went to a Christian camp as a kid, and we had it's almost like a rule, and they ingrained it in you, and you say, I'm third. And what that means is God first, others second, I'm third. And I realize that goes into a religious side of things, but it's kind of the same idea, because you're taught that by putting others before yourself, you can better yourself, which is also very true, because everybody kind of, they call it piggybacking. If you work off of other people, you can make your ideas a ton better. But you also go into the classic stereotype images of, a selfish person who's, I always imagine, like a little kid stealing other little kids' food or doing something like that, which is never good. Or the classic person who only cares about other people, so they never really do anything good for themselves and never get anywhere themselves. So maybe what we really need to aim for is finding a balance between the two. You can't better yourself if you aren't helping other people, but you also can't better yourself by ignoring other people. So it's all just kind of a balance that everybody needs to shoot for. I don't know, interesting topic, but we'll see what you all think. All right.